hit record so that we record the slams each time. And because we're just running slightly behind schedule, I was going to present a slam at the end, but if it doesn't work out that way, I want to make sure that we get out of here on time. So I might save what I have planned for next time, depending. Okay. And thanks, Jessica. I hope your boy and bike are okay. Jessica has to run. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to turn it over to Nick.
Lovely. Thank you. So I am going to be presenting Nearpod. I am first just going to add the add-on. I'll just have you observe and then we'll do some stuff together real quick in the 3 minutes. As you see, this Nearpod is just an add-on in Google Slides. And it is quick and easy. You see my slide right now. I have a map. I'm just going to convert it to a draw. I'm not going to walk you through all the little details because I know if I get you hooked, you'll take the time to learn it yourself. Edit slide, we did that. Okay, save and go. And then in Nearpod, my third graders are already comfortable splitting their screens where Nearpod can be the slides on one side and Zoom on the other side. And oh my goodness, Nearpod, save this. I only have a couple minutes. Okay, there we go. Live participation. Okay, grab the link. I'm going to put it in chat and I'm going to have you follow the link and we'll do this together. Okay, we can stop share and okay, in chat, there's a link to the slides. You can follow that and join me. You can sign in with Google if you're already signed in with Google on one of your other accounts. I'm not sure if there's a guest way of signing in as a guest. My kids on their Chromebooks, it automatically signs in. So there's a link in chat and you can just sign in with Google. I see 15 people on slides. That's about 3/4 of us. So I'll wait another 2 seconds. Okay. So obviously all of our PBIS expectations also follow on Zoom because we are together as a community. The objective right now is I can create more interactive learning environment by using Nearpod. So let's get to it. Nearpod, I'll share my screen again here. There's a tool at the bottom left with a pen. I'm going to highlight that as well. But if you already see it, you can highlight the districts that you, or the part of the county that you work for. So you can draw this directly in your slide. And the part of the screen that I'm sharing, I'm just highlighting where that pen tool is. That's at the bottom left of the screen. You can change the color and you can change the size. So I am doing my student teaching in Live Oak, so I can circle that directly on the slide. And then on the teacher end, I can see live exactly who is submitting what in real time on the slide. I can hide student names, so I can show work to the class directly and be like, oh, this, this person, the name is blocked out, but we can look at that student work. So I was doing that a little bit today with some unit fractions. On the next slide, here's a fill in the blank. So here's the COE's vision statement. Go ahead and finish the vision statement by using the word bank. And Stephanie, do you mind reading the vision statement out loud for us all if we don't already know it or don't know where these go?
Oh gosh, okay. Pop quiz. So we envision do you want me to read it with the blanks filled in?
Yes, please.
Okay, we envision a community with engaged learners and leaders who have the social, emotional, academic, and technical skills to thrive in a changing world.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our COE mission statement, drag and drop in Nearpod. And then here's another Nearpod activity. This one, I have a 15-second timer on where you're matching the high school with their mascot. You don't have to have the timer. That's an optional feature. I only have 3 minutes, so I wanted to put you guys under a little pressure. Oh, I think I just used my 3 minutes. And as you saw, that had immediate feedback as you were doing those matches. Real quickly, we will, you know what, let's share the love since we're talking about helpers today. Go ahead and pick a character and join the game. This is also in Nearpod. And yeah, welcome. And you know what, we're all friends. You can see each other's name, that's fine. But you can block the names if you want. If that's 17 connected, that's basically everyone that's on slides. 18, 119. Okay, let's go, let's play. Quick 4 questions. Oh no, shoot. Steph, can I try this again?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was jumping the gun.
No worries. I want to see how to play, so I'm not going to cut you off.
Thank you. So again, just select a character. I think we had 18 people last time, 17, 18. Okay, let's play four fun questions. Again, with this quiz, the timer can be adjusted. So I think this first question had like a 45-second timer, and then the following questions I think are all half a minute. But you can adjust that accordingly. Very good. Yes, we are using Nearpod. All right, question number 2. Nearpod can be teacher guided or student paced. Oh, I forgot to give that to you in student input. This can be teacher guided like I'm doing now, or student paced. So you could give them a link as homework, and they could go through the slides on their own time at home or during independent learning. So I will give everyone that point because I didn't get to that in my lesson. Final question, our next session is, oh, did I put it in there or did I forget, Steph?
It's not in there.
Okay,
it just
I
says,
forgot.
I don't know, or question.
Yeah, that was my email I sent you, and I forgot to put it in. And then we'll just let this expire and show the leaderboard just for the fun of it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, leaderboard. And then, sorry, I cut that off. And then finally, just like we do with Jamboard and stuff, Nearpod also has an option if you want to use like just Nearpod, where you can also have students type in things. This can be teacher moderated, so you can approve things before they go up. You can also hide student names if you want as well. All right, so this is Jamboard and Salam.
Perfect. Thank you, Nick. All right. And I've been lucky enough to see Nick use this with 3rd graders, and he's not lying. He was brave enough to show me the first time that he introduced it to 3rd graders, and they were so excited. They loved picking their characters, and I couldn't believe how quickly they were up and running with it right away, even in their first lesson. So thank you, Nick. Thank you for sharing. And I want to open the floor in case any of our attendees this evening have questions for Nick about Nearpod.
Yeah, are all the question types free?
Yeah, all the question types are free. Right now, I know when you get a school account, when your school gets you an account, there's more options, because I know my friend in San Francisco who has this, She has like graphing calculator and like other things that I don't have access to with just my demo account right now. And there's a free version, there's a demo that I'm on, which opens up all the options for a certain amount of time before having to pay.
Thanks, Nick. And it looks like we had a question in the chat and Jason answered. So just wondering how it relates to Pear Deck. And yeah, Jason's answering very similar. So these are two sort of similar options for ways that you can build and track student engagement during a live session. Are there
But
any
you
other?
know,
Oh,
but
go
you know
ahead,
where
Nick.
my vote, but you know where my vote is.
Yes. Okay. Are there any other questions for Nick?
Yes, I'd just like to know about, even though the timers are there, is there any anxiety from students that don't meet that time frame?
I don't usually use the timers, and then
Okay.
when I do the quiz, like the race to the top,
Mhm.
or the climb to the climbing game, that's usually like really like review for like fluency stuff, and I do give them more time than I think that they would need. So there isn't. So I don't usually use timer, but
Okay.
I wanted you guys under pressure because I only had 3 minutes.
We appreciate it. Thanks, Nick. Thank you, Elnora, for your question. And then Angelique is asking, Nick, why do you prefer Nearpod over Pear Deck?
There's more flexibility and more control. Pear Deck is cool, but there's like, you saw like 5 slides with 5 totally different activities that we could do. And everything I see live, everything is immediate feedback back to the students as well. So that's what I really like. And then going back through the reports, I can easily see what they draw. I know you can do that in Pear Deck as well, but it's just a better variety of question types, I believe.
Perfect. Thanks, Nick. Thank you again so much for being willing to share. And before we have our next demo slam, Debbie, would you like to share a helper story with us from our forum that we finally were able to get working?
Absolutely. So one really resonated with me. And I was sharing this with Stephanie during the break. The numerous times the school custodians have been there for me at the last minute to replace a projector bulb, extra paper towels, cleaning up vomit, etc. Those people are essential. And I think we can all agree that our classified staff and our custodial staff are absolutely humongously important in running our schools and also in connecting with students. So that one definitely grabbed my attention.
Thank you, Debbie. Okay, we're going to turn it over to our next demo slam presenter, which is Christy, and she's going to share with us about Mote. I'm excited to learn about Mote because I don't know that much about it. So without further ado, Christy.
Perfect. All right, you guys. Can you see my screen okay?
Yep.
Just want to make sure. Okay, fantastic. So this came up and I think it's going to be helpful to a lot of you, just hearing what you guys are expressing today with wanting to give immediate feedback, saving time, and you want to have like live voices being heard. And so this was a great tool that Jamie actually from our district has helped me come across here. It pops up on our screen, but if you guys want to, you'll go down and go to your extensions and add it as an extension from the Chrome Web Store. It looks like this. It's this little purple circle with a white M in it. And basically what it does is you have either the option of a free trial account right now, which gives you 1 minute and 30 seconds of recording time, or when that lapses, you'll have 30 seconds. But one project that we worked on was with students, and what we had them do is they made a slideshow of their poems and then they recorded their voice to hear. So a couple of the great things with this is that it integrates into Google Classroom. So if I pull up my Google Classroom here, you can post an assignment, and then you can go ahead and leave Mote voice directions. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. It's really easy as pressing a button. You can also add it to any presentation that you want to put on, and I added one here for my staff. We do a weekly communique. It's great for instructions and feedback. The students really enjoyed using it as well. And so really quickly, all you have to do is after you install it, you're going to go through the normal process of enabling your microphone and such, and then you'll just go ahead and this will pop up here on your screen. You'll click on the M, move it away in case you're doing like a slide that you wanted to read like this and you wanted to read it and not be in your way. I'm going to give you a quick demo here. So I'm going to click on it and it's going to start automatically recording, just so you guys know. It does not give you a time countdown like in Screencastify or anything. It's great for student voices and for you to give feedback and instructions. I'm going to click stop right there. And it's going to think about it. You can listen to it if you want to. Students, sometimes they want to listen to it. I don't know about you guys. If you're making presentations, I always have to record things at least 5 times before I like it. I will go ahead and insert it. And then it's just going to pop up on the screen and you can move the little voice box around, the little sound button. A couple of housekeeping things. You may want to, sorry, it's putting it in here. Have your kids have the extension installed already. If they don't, or you're using it in a realm where people may or may not, you don't have control over if they've installed it or not to worry, because if they don't have it installed, it'll pull up a screen with a URL for them to go to so they can listen to the voice instructions there or feedback. And oh, of course it did. Right. Well, we're going to try it out here anyway, because I think it went through just fine. So they can either go to a URL if they don't have Mote, or it'll give them the prompt to download Mote right there. So here it is, and you can just, kind of move your box around however you want to, wherever you want to put it. And then you can just go ahead and click on it, and it's going to start automatically recording, just so you guys know. I'm not going to make you listen to that painful piece. Let's see here. A couple of other things I wanted to share with you. It does have some cool things embedded that I just found today that I shared with my math teachers, because it has, let's see, in your dashboard up here, you can record another voice memo up here if you'd want to. You can see the ones that you've done here. You can copy them to a clipboard and insert them via pasting a link in from there if you'd want. Settings and help. This is really cool. The first thing you probably want to do in here is make sure that your transcription language is set to English. It could be any of these languages, whatever you're most familiar with or going to be speaking in. And then this other one is a STEM mode. And this is really cool because it will allow teachers, my math coordinator out there, I know Kevin, you're out there. This is really cool. It will enable STEM mode so that teachers can leave comments into a transcript here of kind of your computations in math. And so if you're doing equations or things like that, it'll allow you to go in there and translate your equations. And you can also go back later and you can edit them as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that part. So let me get back out here. I'm in here. Okay, so I want to go ahead and you saw all the settings and the help for you guys. So the STEM is great for equations, science, and math teachers. Let's see, your activity and engagement. So now you can see which ones that you've done. And you can see who has seen them, which is kind of a cool thing. So if you're doing this with students and you want to know who has seen or listened to the instructions that you have put out there, you can see who's done that here. I can see that Chandra has and Kate has. I left those in the Google Doc up here when we were leaving notes for each other and comments. I left a couple of Mote notes here versus typing in. So that was kind of a way for me to practice doing that with you guys to show you how you could do that. Let's see. Once you've left a comment, so you can leave comments after you assign in Google Classroom, you can insert voice notes into a Google slide presentation. Obviously, I'm in a doc right now, so you can do it into a Google Doc as well. And you can also, what I really like about this is you can reply to kids in here. You can leave private notes for kids. There is a way to translate them, and I'm not sure. Let's see here where the translate button is. Let me see. I haven't practiced that yet, but let's see here. Well, maybe you guys will have to figure that one out on your own. I do know there is an option to translate. So if you have language learners, you can record in English and it will allow you to translate it into Spanish or any other language that you wanted to use. So let me see here. If I do one more here, I'm going to go ahead and click, and we're testing this out. I'm going to end that, and let's see if we can edit this here. It doesn't really allow me to do that here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, So yeah, more importantly here, when you put it into your slide deck, you do want to go into your format options. It defaults to leaving it on a click, which is nice, so that immediately when someone starts a slideshow presentation, it doesn't come on unless you wanted it to. If you were wanting to read out instructions on a slide and you wanted students to make sure that they heard them without having to click on something, you could go ahead and do that. Stopping on the slide, things like that. Those are your format options. So I'm having errors. Of course, when you present, you always have errors, right? But I think that you guys get the idea. And again, it is an extension here. So you can go to the Chrome Web Store, add it in. I have it pinned up to my toolbar. That'll be your dashboard up here where you can check things out that you've done. And let's see. And we're testing this out. There, we found it. Okay, one really other cool option I wanted to mention to you guys as teachers using this. Let's say you have a comment that you are tired of making 100 times because you have 180 kids and you don't want to record your voice every single time. You can make one comment, you can save it as, give it a note like whatever your presentation is. Let's see here, I'm going to call it test. And then once you save it in there as test, you can then long pause hold on the Mote button, and you can pick from the ones that you want to insert into there. So I'm going to save that one as test. Again, here's the translate button. If you wanted to translate it into Spanish, there you would see there it is. And so you can translate for language learners, for parents, whatever you most wanted to assist with your presentation, whoever your audience was. So I am going to cancel that, leave that out there. And I think I've covered it. Am I over my 3 minutes?
Just by a couple seconds.
Okay, thank you for being on the time. So again, it's Mote. It's a great extension. Students can access it. They seem to enjoy it. It's great for leaving instructions and feedback. It integrates with lots of different kinds of Google technologies. Yeah, you can see which kids have listened to it and so forth. So I think that's all I need to share with you all about that.
Thanks, Christy. You have a yes.
I also, before I leave, I wanted to let you know that I did leave in our resources. Where are they? Is this the one from today?
I think you have to go all the way to the top of the.
Is all the way to the top.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yep.
I
In
did
rainbow.
leave some notes here for you guys. If you click on this, this is an amazing set of really quick, like less than 1 minute videos. It'll show you all the different tools within Mote and how to use those. So if you have about 10 minutes or so, you can get started there. Share that with your staff. Let's see, what's the other one? Here is the extension to Chrome. You can click there to add it. And then join here. What I just noticed with Mote is the premium trial, which allows you to record up to 1 minute and 30 seconds, ends after 30 days. If you guys click that link that I just put in there, so this one right here, it says join here, you will get 60 days of premium and I will get 60 days of premium. So I just found that today. But again, this will be a really great way to figure out more about Mote and if it's going to work for you, or all these quick little 1 minute demos here.
Now I know why Christy wanted to slam, because she wants more 60 days.
Slam!
Yeah.
If everybody clicks on it,
Man,
Chris
I'm
is going to have
done.
Mote for like 10 years.
I'm not sure if the math adds up on that one, Jason, but yeah. Okay.
I'm
Christy,
going to stop sharing.
Christy, you have a question in the chat from Sierra, wondering if you know how accurate the translation is.
I think it's similar to like Google Translate or anything like that, that if you speak clearly and don't use slang, that it's pretty decent. I mean, I couldn't tell you if it's making mistakes or not, but I feel like anytime that we're trying, you know, is better than not trying. So I don't know what the actual authenticity of the translation is, but if you try to not use slang, I think that it's similar to Google Translate.
Okay, thanks. Does anyone else have questions for Christy on Mote?
I'm trying to read the translation.
Just going to
Yeah,
say that I clicked on the little one you left in the comment in our shared Google Doc. And
Uh-huh.
took me to your recording, but it also had the transcription automatically there, so I could read it or listen to it. And
Yeah.
I had it written in English, but I assume if you had chosen Spanish or some other language, it would have.
And
it.
that's great because you didn't have Mote installed at this point, right?
No, and I could go and see it right away.
Right. So it doesn't inhibit. I do like that feature is it does give you the option for people who don't have it installed to absolutely have access to your content. So you're saying on your end, you could choose to translate it on your own?
I didn't explore that. It was just there in English.
Okay. Yeah. So you can leave
and
when the
with
kids
to
will open it,
listen.
or parents or teachers or staff members, any kind of time you want to leave a little voice memo for them. You can translate it. What I haven't tested though is if you translate the words, will it translate your voice as well? That's one thing I haven't tested out yet. So we can play more with that. But I do know that our teachers are loving it. The kids are loving it because it's a fast way to just give that immediate feedback right there. Leave it in the doc, leave it in the slide, add it to your Google Classroom. I think there's a way to even leave private comments within an assignment, but I didn't have time to get into that because I said slam a while ago.
Okay, thanks, Christy. Yeah, Jennifer Gonzalez actually has on her Cult of Pedagogy an episode on moments of genuine connection with Dave Stewart Jr. And he talks all about the value of audio feedback and how much more impactful that is for students. So if
Totally.
you're curious to learn more about why Mote would be an amazing tool, that would be a good listen.
That is the pedagogy behind it, is that
Yeah.
learning when they can't hear our voices all the time, that giving them those instructions so they get the intonation and such. Yeah, it's more that live interaction.
Yeah. Okay. Jason, what are you thinking? Do you feel like you can do rapid fire demo slam? Do one more?
Of course I can, really quick. I'll just,
Go,
because we're,
Jason.
we're
Okay.
talking about translation and EL, so let me just do this one really quick. Oh, that's not what I want to share. Hold on, sorry. Well, it's going to take me another second to put this up here. So,
Well, while we're in transition, Debbie, do you want to share with us another teacher story?
Absolutely. So I like this one. My son volunteered in my first grade classroom when his school was closed while he was in 7th grade. He has always struggled with learning, but works hard. A 4th grade student that I was supporting through check-in, check-out came into my room because he was overwhelmed and having a hard time. My son was able to sit with him and carefully coach him on his writing assignment, perhaps a future teacher. Very nice.
I love that one. Thanks, Debbie. Jason, are you ready?
sure. So how many of you guys ever show YouTube videos in class? And you may have one or two students who don't speak very well English and you want to be able to provide Spanish translation for them for the YouTube video, right? So here's a Newton's Law of Motion video. I used to teach middle school science, so I know this very well. And unfortunately, a lot of these videos have automatic English caption that you can turn on, but no Spanish caption. So there is actually an extension called automatic YouTube subtitle translator. And so I can toggle that on and pick any language I want, and I'll actually take the English and automatically translate it directly in the video. Pretty cool, eh? And so I can find all these languages here, and I'm gonna go all the way to the top, and I don't know why it's not in alphabetical order, or is it? Where's Spanish? Does anybody see Spanish up there? Let's see, where is it? Slow but surely, there it is, Spanish. And boom, it automatically now translates in Spanish. And now when I play the video, it will be shown in Spanish translation. Again, it is called YouTube Subtitle Translator. It is a Chrome extension. Slam.
I wasn't ready for you to be done. That was record time. Thanks, Jason. I'm impressed. Yeah.
Way to go.
Does anyone have questions for Jason about the YouTube translator? No.
I'll put the
Okay.
link in the chat.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and I'm going to bring us to our end. Okay. So thank you again to Nick and Christy and Jason, and I'll have a demo slam in the bank for if we ever need an extra one. And please, the demo slams were raved about in the feedback form last time. So please, if you feel brave enough to share, I encourage you to volunteer to do so at the next meetings, because that's definitely what everyone's highlight is. So thank you so much to Nick and Christy and Jason for sharing. As always, whatever's on our horizon is determined by you. You're steering the ship. So we don't quite have 5 minutes. We have 3 minutes to go ahead and make sure that you take some time to fill out the feedback form. And I'm going to go ahead and say that you can stay on for the 3 minutes while you fill out the form, or you can leave and fill it out on your own time. And we're going to end for tonight. And I just want to say thank you all so much. Please don't forget to reach out to me if there's anything that we can do to support you. I know that we're working on bringing kids back, and so that's big and exciting, and there's a lot of things going on, and COE is here to support. So please, if there's additional needs, you can add them to that Give One, Get a Ton resource. You can put them in the chat, or you can email me. And like always, thank you so much, everybody, for coming, and I really appreciate everybody for being here. So thank you. Have a good afternoon, evening.
And Stephanie, there's a good reminder in the chat from Jason about 9 o'clock Friday morning, the hybrid.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Jason, for that plug. We know that timing is not ideal for those of us that are teaching, but at this Friday at 9 a.m., we are going to have some educators who have been in hybrid either since the beginning of the school year or for a while, share their firsthand experience and answer your questions at a hybrid chat. So you're welcome to join that live. We will also be recording if you're unable to make the live session, and you can submit questions even if you're not able to join live. So thanks, Jason, for reminding us about that. And yes, Rex, it will be recorded and shared. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, y'all. So much fun. I love the positive vibe here that Nick had mentioned. It's great. It's so great. It's so wonderful. So see you all Friday. Take care.
Okay. Bye, Christy.
Bye, Stephanie.
Bye, everyone.
Stephanie, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
This is not about any of this stuff. I just got a student teacher today, and I'm trying to figure out how I can share all